So today is our first session on our executive presence. So we think, when our presence starts, when we walk into the room, we feel that time we have to behave differently and, show certain body movements, physiological things. But before you speak and before you walk into the room, your presence walks. It is said that your presence walks before you walk in. And how, what are the factors on which it depends? It depends on the nervous system. So nervous system is all what doctors talk about, but how our nervous system is able to handle different situations. Are we able to, are we resilient enough that quickly if a shock comes, is it able to absorb? How we behave. Like if there is a tree, so it is said that, banyan tree, as much as it is above, it is downward. So our personality is the root. So we need to strengthen our roots. And whether our behavior will create calm or it will add noise. What does it mean? That when we walk into the room, our presence is such that, it brings a calming effect and people feel positivity. Or when we walk into the room, we bring that clumsiness. That's what is executive presence. Now let's talk about the biology of this. Whenever in office situation, in boardrooms, in senior leadership steer co discussions, 60% of the times things will go as we want, as per plan. But there are about 20 to 40% of the cases when, if we are the leader of any project, there would be multiple questions regarding why we want this capital, why the progress is not as expected. So there are multiple things which we need to explain to the board. And when board challenges us, then what happens? Our brain is kind of comes into a defensive mode, trying to protect what our stance is. This is not a character flaw. It's not about individuals that we behave like this. It's about our nervous system response. So, what are the things that happen immediately when someone challenges us? So, our heart rate would increase, our breathing would become shallow, our tone would become sharper. We will, immediately want to respond, and focus shifts to defending. You can relate this to situations at home also. When when you are questioned about something, you become take a defending mode. नहीं, मैं तो काम ही कर रहा था, मैं I'm not able to give time, because you try to defend your own self. Stress is everywhere, so we don't want to eliminate stress. There is no question, nobody can eliminate stress. Always remember that. The key is how you can manage it, how you can recover faster than others can see you destabilize. Means before you come to that destability zone, you are able to resilient and come back. The pendulum goes to the other side, but before that people see that change of moving away from the fulcrum, you are able to come back. So how quick is that response time? That's what matters. So, what are the signs? So, we have to be very self aware. I'm going to create one questionnaire and we will do it. I'll do it with Geeta and work on few kinds of questionnaire which you have to, test what is your personality. Has any one of you done that, MBTI, Mrig's Buyer Type Indicator? Have you done? So, Kalyan, you have done? What's your profile? Do you remember?
Um,
Anybody else who has taken that?
I don't recollect it now, but I've done it.
Okay. So, like mine is ENTJ. Okay. So, do one thing. I think this you will be able to get on the internet also. I would recommend each one of you to take that, MBTI, Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. That will tell you what your personality type is. See, it's very important as a leader to have that self awareness. With self awareness, multiple things we can manage. Other than this, we'll design one work style questionnaire. What is it, that how you work? That's also very important. And there are few other psychological tests which we will do, each one of you, so that you understand what is your personality type. And when you are aware that I am this, then what happens? Then when you are interacting with other people, you understand, oh, I am E, he is I type. So means then you are able to immediately sync well. नहीं तो बोलोगे यार ये क्यों नहीं बोल रहा, ये ऐसा क्यों कर रहा है वैसा. Sometimes in our mind, we have those questions, and we want that, howsoever we are, everyone should be like that. That's never possible. Okay. So when we are self-aware, we can quickly capture that, when we, what are the times we are losing our composure. So what are the signs? And I want each one of you, like today is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday class, I'll come back to this again. Please make note of it. Observe yourself complete Wednesday, complete Thursday. Thursday evening, I want to understand in your office scenario, what are, what in your various interactions to your bosses, to your, subordinates, when did you lose your composure and what were the things, indicators did you notice? Okay. Speaking too quickly, interrupting or cutting off people, becoming overly defensive. So it what all depends. If it's a junior, what we do, we interrupt them, we cut people. But if it's a boss, we become overly defensive. Sometimes we try to explain one simple point again and again, different this, that. Can you think of instances? Can you relate to all these, whatever I'm talking of? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes.
Then fixating on proving a point instead of moving forward. If someone asks you certain questions, just kind of, if somebody is not agreeing, just keeping on, explaining, giving different examples and working on it. In official way, they may be trying to bring in a new point. But no, we want to prove our own point. Narrowing attention to one detail at the expense of a bigger picture. If you are a leader, the big picture is very, very important. Now let's talk about the how we can reset ourselves. We immediately, once we are aware, we noted that these things are happening. I am cutting people, I am becoming defensive, my heart rate is rising. So some of the things, when we observe, Then what we can do? Okay, Geeta is writing. Okay. So pause for 2 seconds before responding. Pause. One day I just want to talk about pause. Are you comfortable with the pause or not? Generally, I've seen, people are not comfortable. Whenever there is a silence when two people are, speaking during an interview or any discussion, there are few people who quickly try to fill that pause. So, just whenever a question is raised at you during an interview, pause for 2 seconds. Don't never start immediately. Or sometimes, when you need to structure your thoughts, just you can say that, let me think about that for a moment. Then label the emotion. I am feeling frustrated. You don't have to label it to
Mm.
others.
Sorry, I have a question or I need some discussion here.
Yeah, sure. Go
You
ahead.
on this tactical pause. I think you brought a very, very important point. Um, it's been said that there is also one book named as Thinking Fast. Something I
Hmm.
think it said that the real
Yes, yes.
intelligence is of thinking fast, quickly, and grasping the scenario, understanding the context, and quickly, And there, this pause plays a very crucial role. Many times, as you rightly said, that even I try to jump. Uh, yeah, if something is asked, then sometime without thinking, we start talking, or let's say I start talking, and then um so how to take this pause and how to um, structure the thoughts before. I think this needs a conscious practice. Uh,
Definitely.
very, very conscious practice that within that 2 second or
No, no,
whatever,
no.
that small
Neil, no,
amount.
not conscious practice. So just start doing it from today only. Whenever you are interacting with people, see, sometimes it has to be only a 2 second pause, not like 20-second pause or then people will feel, like they are gone. Are you listening? Where are you? Then people will ask you, are you here, mister? Where are you? Are you sleeping? Are you somewhere in another world? So that why it's called a tactical pause, because it has to be 2 seconds. Very brief, just giving your mind that reset. Or if you need 3 4 5 seconds, you want to just structure that answer in your mind. Just and you can't do this for every answer. 2 seconds a pause is a perfect pause. Nobody questions on that. But if you need, say, it's something, you don't know a ball and it's thrown at you, and you want to just hold it for a while and frame it in your mind, then you can say, let me think about that for a moment. Let me reframe it. Let me just, think about it. Does this
Yeah.
answer you, Neil?
Yes, yes, it answers.
Right. And when you feel frustrated, see what happens. I'll give you one example of today only. One of my junior, not only juniors, matlab my category managers report to me. Then there is a team who reports to category manager, and then there is a team who reports to them, manager, and then she's executive, maybe at the lowest rung, in my team, I would say. So one that girl, she came to me and she brought in some proposal, that, she wanted to travel to our Bhogapuram airport for some puja or something. So immediately, I also, cut her off. Now, why you want to travel? So we are working on frugality. Is there a need for you to travel? So we have to be that mindful, that awareness. After she went, then I thought, she wanted to go, and I immediately told her why is it required? Why do you want to go? So sometimes, many times we do it, I would say. And especially our subordinates, there everyone has a kind of a dual personality. At least 90% would be. I don't know, 10% may not be having. With, different strokes for different folks. So I would say diplomatically that is required. How you speak to your chairman, you can't speak to your, junior most employee. Something, because they also do not understand the context and can bring in that, useless kind of things, I would say, sometimes. But being aware, being mindful, if we are in that frame of mind, then maybe, I would not have cut her off and explained to her, see, we are in that frugality mode and we do not want to overspend. Even our prime minister has told, that we have to cut down the travels only if it is very urgent. And without you, if the puja cannot be performed, then only you can go. The way of explaining, though I mentioned similar words, but the way becomes extremely, different.
Yeah,
And that really makes a difference.
definitely. And also in personal context, if
Same.
we are angry, it's better to take a small pause before we start giving back, right? So
Our elders, they used to always say, my father used to always say, that if at all you are angry, just count 1 to 10.
yeah,
So if you do that, then what happens? Then you are taking care of your emotions. You let them settle down. And then it's about physical grounding is also important. Whenever you are in an interview, don't move too much. It creates irritation in the, person who is sitting in the panel. If somebody comes to you moving all the time, tick, 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 some people shake their legs and all, fidgety. So just place your feet firmly on the floor. Relax. Sometimes in stress, the shoulders will come up. And we have to just take a deep breath and relax your shoulders. Observe yourself during the first 2-3 minutes if you are in an interview or a high stress situation. Just observe your body, your breath. You'll get lot of signs. And just through the power of the breath, you can just control your whole body. Your personality changes. Just a bit of attention for microseconds on your breath. Any question over here?
Two things in the context, one in the context of, let's say, a steering committee meeting, right? So is it a deliberate ploy to put you on a spot?
See, these things
Why?
will keep on happening. It's a deliberate, intentional, not intentional. Don't bother about those things. There may be, maybe not. Who knows? But you should not get disturbed by it. That's the whole thing.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
How you respond to things. Are you reacting? Are you responding? That's what matters.
Hmm.
If a ball is thrown at you and you immediately throw it back, would it bring some meaning? Then you won't be able, in front of the entire steer co, you would be seen as a person, who cannot maintain his calm. So if somebody throws something to you, hold it for a while. If you know how to react, it's okay. Otherwise, you can just take it. Let me come back to you. Let me think through it.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
A very good question. A food for thought. Great suggestion. We'll think through it and see where we can, use this model.
Hmm.
So then the person who is trying to throw up, what I would say, pokeball at you, they themselves get deflated.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so the second question is,
Does this answer your question?
yeah, it does. See, the point is, see, what happens is, uh, I get the feeling as if, I'm being thrown off the rails, right?
The hot seat is not easy, I'll tell you. Taking a CXO chair is not easy. You are on the burning seat all the time. So you have chosen to be at that place. Always remember that. Because you are alone. You are alone at that place. So you have to maintain your calm because you are better than others. You are there.
Yeah. Now, the second question is in the context of, let's say, interviews, right? What what are some of the tips to move away quickly, let's say, from from a debacle? What I mean by that is, let's say, a question that you couldn't answer, right, to the satisfaction of the interviewer, but then you have to make a quick recovery, and then so that you ensure that you do the other questions well, right, and don't end up going down that slippery slope.
See, whatever happened, happened. Be in that, quick mode. And nobody knows everything. Always remember at the back of your mind. They may not be knowing multiple things that you know. So no one, I would say, move from the mentality of know it all to learn it all. So nobody knows everything. But are you ready to learn? Do you have that agility? That matters. And sometimes, we are not able to understand the question properly. We may know the answer. So you can tell them, can you tell me something more about it? What would you like to know about it?
That conversation that you have with your mind, right? I'm sensing pressure, okay, so so that is what.
Just take a deep breath in. Bus. That's it. 2-second pause, a deep breath in, and you are back in the game. But that awareness has to be there. And move forward in the mind. Don't get locked on to the previous things. That's what, resilience. Like a pendulum, if it's going far away from the center, it has to quickly come back before people are able to sense that it has gone away from the center. How fast can you come back? That is one of the traits of leadership. Great. So now a quick practice question. So somebody, challenges you, as Kalyanji was mentioning, that in Stairco, people are throwing him off the rails. So what happens? We try to increase our tone, speaking faster. We want to defend our points and defend every assumption we had made. That I know it all. I am the boss of this project. So I know more than anybody else. But have that, in your mind that people can bring in good, fresh perspectives. Best solutions sometimes come from people who are not related. Nowadays, big multinational companies are hiring CEOs, CXOs from a food industry. Manufacturing company hiring from food industry. There is no relation. You may be in any industry, any place, anything, but you can be sought after by any other industry. So whenever such a situation happens, pause, take a breath, and during the day, starting tomorrow, at least in your work day, be aware of at least 20 breaths. 20 times you have to focus on your breath. Just remember, 24 hours in a day, you have to, I'm giving you a, leeway of 4 hours. 4 times you can forget. Just bring your awareness to your breath. Just one breath, not multiple breaths. While you are working in a meeting, something is happening, just take your, check your posture, take a deep breath and let go. Just 1-2 second job. Ground yourself. When you are sitting, just feet are firmly on the ground. And answer with calmness. Don't defend, speak loudly. That calmness is very important. And sample statement is given for you. That's a fair challenge. Let me address the core issue directly. Let me talk about this first. This is the approach we took because of this reasons. You have made a fair point. Let me see how we can integrate this. Though it may be a useless point, in place of defending, just at the moment thank them for their contribution. Then later on, you are the boss. We evaluated, it worked well, did not work well. That can always be there.